Talk to me, Vic. Where we gonna get that plane?
Morgan, do you copy? I'm back in the plane. Morgan, come in. You said we wait till tomorrow. I was right. There's a story here.
And that's how we ended Fear the Walking Dead last night. That's incredible. That scene that you just saw right there, the last couple scenes that you saw, there was a scene before these final two shots that I showed you. One was Morgan and Alicia talking to each other, trying to find the meaning of what do we do now in the apocalypse. You know, they're trying to figure out, you know, why are they trying to help out people? Why are they trying to look for new people? And why they're putting themselves at risk, you know? I believe it's something that's going to be answered in this season, you know? The second season, the second scene that we got that I did get was the one where Strand is looking at Thea's tapes and sees Daniel Salazar back. Now he will be returning later this season. We'll be finding out what happened with his character. I agree with many people who talk about his character, who has potential to be a fan favorite on the show of Fear. The only thing that I don't understand, I don't get, that we haven't had this happen in a long time, well, at least not in The Walking Dead, uh, is having a character that comes and goes. Like we have Morgan. He's kind of like the Morgan in Fear. He's a guy that shows up, then he disappears, then he comes back, then he disappears, then he comes back, then he disappears. So I'm really hoping if Daniel Salazar comes back into the picture with this group, he actually stays long term with the group for once, you know, and not disappear again, because I'm really getting tired of that. Um, the last shot that we saw, the big long bombshell, spoiler warning, Rick connection with Fear, is that we got to see the symbols again. Thea goes back to this earlier part in the episode where she came across this walker who was in a very advanced armor, and so she goes back to the scene of the crime, and you just saw and you witnessed what happened for what I played for you, which was the final scene where she went back to see if there was a story there. Turns out there is. For us Walking Dead fans, we know there's a connection this season in Fear the Walking Dead that's gonna have a tie-in with the Rick Grimes movies, the Walking Dead movies. They're announced to be a trilogy coming out later in 2020. So it's kind of, this is our first Easter egg since Rick left in season 9, episode 5 of The Walking Dead. So this is our first clue, our first connection of what people were dealing with. Now that I started this and I'm already 7 minutes in, I kind of want to talk to you guys about what am I doing here. I'm doing a review for Fear the Walking Dead, first episode being called Here to Help. Fear the Walking Dead is back for its 5th season. That episode that I just shared with you, the little final clips of the episode, was season 5, episode 1. In a way, in a weird way, it's the 5th season, but in a strange way, it can be season 2 for a lot of us, because last year in season 4, Morgan was the very first Walking Dead character from the original show to cross over to the spin-off show and kind of become the main character for this show, with a couple pieces from the show fan favorites that are still alive. And also in season 4 they introduced a lot of new characters. There are now main characters, so it's kind of like the second season in a way. There's been a lot of issues with Fear the Walking Dead, trying to find out what type of show it's gonna be, what kind of show it's gonna become, what kind of show it wants to be. I think last year it was all about building up the show. Now that they found their new lead, they replaced their old lead with Morgan, and now he's got all his supporting characters. He's got a whole, like, he finally has a group, kind of like Rick Grimes when he was first introduced to us, and then he was searching for his family, and then we got introduced to the circle that he was gonna be with. So I feel like that's what we have now with Fear. We have a group of characters that are now in their second season. We've been with these characters for a little bit, getting to know these characters. Right now they're becoming like a family, they're becoming a team. And you know, this very first episode, you know, I didn't hate it. I know a lot of people are saying it was kind of a slow episode, but I think they did very well of setting up what's to come for the season, especially the first 8 episodes with the Rick Grimes connection. I'm looking forward to seeing what they give us, what more Easter eggs we get from this clues supposedly we're supposed to be getting, and announcements that they have coming up. Looking forward to what happens with Morgan this season. Looking forward to the new villain that they introduced in this episode named Logan. I'm hoping that Fear the Walking Dead gets a better villain this season, because it's been lacking on their villains. I hope that we get to spend more time with their characters. Hopefully not too many major deaths, because it would be nice to like get some emotional attachment to these characters. For the very first episode, 8 episodes, I'm looking forward to see what the connection is between Dwight and these characters. So I guess we gotta wait and see. What else? Like I said, I didn't hate the episode. I thought it was a really good, well first pilot episode, and I'm looking forward to the season. Look forward to more reviews, and that's what I got. So much more to come. Definitely gonna be doing more videos on Fear the Walking Dead. I'll probably do a review for every episode, so look forward to that, and much more. As always, it's your boy Ricky Rick. If I'm not making you smile, I'm not making you laugh, or I'm not keeping you entertained, your boy Ricky Rick ain't doing his job, and you already know your boy Ricky Rick does his job. Until next time, guys, Fear the Walking Dead, new season. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm excited.